Hey everybody, this is Julie with ReadySetStamp.com, and I'm going to show you a project that I'm working on for my son who's turning 20 on Tuesday. And what I'm using is the Something to Celebrate Cricut cartridge on page 39. I'm cutting out the balloons in 2.5 inches, and I'm also cutting out from Birthday Bash. This is the first one, so this is on page 21, the first image that you can cut out, this little bird with the hat. And I cut this out at 2.5 inches, and then the card tag I cut out at 5.5 inches. So let me show you what I've done here. Let's get started. So the first thing you'll see is the card base, and I tied a little bow. I got this ribbon just from my local craft store. I really like it because it's kind of like, I wouldn't say canvas or anything like that, but it's more like a cotton type fabric, and it's really easy to tie. It's not super thick, so I really like it. You can bend it. You know how I mean? Some of the other ones get really stiff and they're really hard to tie into a bow, but this is just, seems to be the perfect width. I also did some faux stitching on this, and then I've used the Spectacular Sayings. I love this one that stamps on the corner. Then I can fit lots of different things that I want to adhere onto my little image on the front. So let me zoom in here so you guys can see this. Okay. So what I've got is this little guy here, and I'm going to put him up with some 3D Zots. Let me back that up a little bit so you guys can see that. So I'm going to use some 3D Zots so I can pop this up. You can use some mounting foam if you want to use that. It's just the same. These are just kind of extra sticky, so I like them. I like to use them. So I need to be a little careful about how I'm going to center this because I'm trying to make sure you can see the words, go as far as I can over to the left-hand side because I still have to be concerned about the balloon. So I'm just trying to get the placement all correct on there. So there's that. Put this back here. Now the next thing that we're going to do is add the cute little balloons. So the balloons, I think, I shouldn't have put those away. We'll do one of these 3D Zots as well on here. So let me put one over here and put one here. We're going to try to put the balloons as far off to this side, to the right-hand side as we can. So I'm going to try to do it like, and still make it look like the little guy's holding it. So there's that. That turned out really cute. And the last thing is, I almost said really quick. But I was trying to say really cute. So, isn't that cute? That looks like a little disco ball on top of his little party hat. Well, what it is these cute little things called pebbles, crystal candy dots. They remind me of little disco balls, probably just because I like everything retro. So, and I love disco music because I'm kind of funky like that. So, anyway, these I think are so cute. And I love them like maybe as little flowers, or this is a little pom-pom I'm going to use it as. So I'm just going to add that to here and put it like that. So I think I'll get one more of these if it'll fit. You know, it's a little too big actually. So let's see what I can do here since this is a little too big. I'm thinking I'm going to need to use some of my other Zots. Get another size out here. Okay, so I'm going to use a couple of these smaller Zots since that's not going to work. Let me back this up just a little bit because I'm probably a little too close. Okay, so we'll put one here toward the bottom and then one toward the top here. There we go. And I did add some rhinestones to it rather than adhere the little dots that you can cut out with it. It's just easier for me that way. If I can find little shortcuts like that, you guys, I take them. I like doing it that way. I think it's just easier. So there is my finished card. I think it's so cute the way it turned out. I love the way it turned out. Little googly eyes. Oops. Well, that didn't stand very well. You know what I could do? Actually, I thought of something that I could do. So this is what I'm going to try. I'm going to try to add the little glue dot here, and then I'm going to add the little hat over here that's going to help it adhere and squeeze it skinny. Let's see if this is going to work. This is what I do sometimes when my glue dot's too big. I just kind of squeeze it down into a like tube shape. so it'll fit. There we go, like that. So it'll fit behind something and stay hidden. So I think this will work just fine. We'll push that down on there, get that all adhered. Okay, I think that's better. Then it'll stay a little popped up on there, but I think that looks really cute like that. Oops, gonna push that guy in a little bit more. So anyway, I'll just fiddle with this just a little bit and get it so that nobody can see the little pop up behind it, and that is the finished card. I hope you guys like it. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.